Hello, my name is Lynn. I am a 30 years old cash budgeter. I currently live at home with my parents and my brother. I do handle a majority of my family's finances, so I budget my paychecks, a portion of my parents' paychecks, and a home help check that we get every 2 weeks. For today's video, I'm going to be stuffing $1,150 for the second week of October, and I'm going to get started with my bills as always. Buffer is going to get $10. I'm going to put this 10 back and grab a 20. And now Buffer's got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300. I did get rid of my CSA envelope. Last week was the final week for my spring box, and I did not renew for the fall. I am going to be gone for training 2 to 3 times a week for the next 2 weeks, or for the next 2 months. So by the time I get back, pickup time will be over for the produce. So I decided not to renew, and also I'm just not the greatest cook, so it was really hard to keep up with all of the fresh veggies that we were getting every week. So there were some weeks that they were going bad, and because it is hard to grow vegetables, we did get a lot of repetitive stuff for like a month straight or so. So I was just running out of ideas on what to make because I'm just not a natural cook, so I can't just come up with something on the spot. I do wish I was a much better cook, and this was a way for me to explore different recipes and to try to get better. But when it comes to cost, and then just me being available to pick it up and wanting to cook for the fall time, I just didn't see me really being really wanting to do it. So I decided not to renew for the fall. But I do recommend you guys look up that program in your area if you guys do like fresh veggies. It can get expensive, but I just think groceries are pretty expensive these days. So if you guys are like, that kind of stuff, I recommend looking into that. Is called community supported agriculture, and usually there'll be a couple of different farms in your area that you can pick from and learn about what they do and stuff there. But yeah, car insurance is going to get $60. 20, 40, 60, and this did go up quite a bit, so it is now $220 per month with the addition of the new car. So after this, I'll be stuffing $55 every week, but it's got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 110. I did look around, but because we grouped this with our homeowner's insurance, we did get a massive discount. And then we also have like another discount we get from like the Drive Safe deal, because we do have State Farm. So it was the best on the market currently. So I'll look into exploring different options again, I think in like 6 months or so. But I did expect it to go up. I guess I just didn't anticipate it going up this much, but it is what it is. So it will be $220 per month moving forward. Gas is going to get $20, and now it's got 40. The weather's been pretty nice here, not too hot, not too cool, so we haven't had to run any AC or heat. So my gas and electricity bill has been looking pretty nice. Water is going to get 25. Now it's got 20, 40, 45, 50. Internet will get $20. 20, 40, 60, 65, 70. And this was drafted, so I need to pay my credit card, so I'm going to put this to the side. Electricity is going to get 35, 20, 30, and 5. And I'm going to put this 10 and 2 5s back for a 20. I try not to get smaller bills from the bank because my parents, they get tip money, and then their work also has a lot of small bills. So I just try to exchange the big bills with them. That way they're not carrying a whole bunch of 5s and 1s around. So that's why a lot of my denominations isn't correct. Electricity now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. And I just paid this bill with my credit card. So I'm going to put this to the side so I can take that back to the bank as well. Phone bill is going to get 48, 20, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, and now it's got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 165, 70, 75, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 91, 92, $192, which is our monthly phone bill. And it's due in a few days, so I'm also going to take this back to the bank. But I'm going to exchange these 5s for a 20 first. I do pay most of my bills on my credit card, and as I pay them off using my card, I try to put the money back in the bank and pay my credit card off within a few days. I don't wait until the end of the month, or I try not to wait until the end of the month to pay my credit card off, because when I did do that in the past, I really lost track of what I was spending, and so I always had a much higher credit card bill than the money that I took out for it. So I just pay as I use, and that method has worked pretty well for me. Trash is getting $10. I know some people try not to do that, or they've got like a technique they use to try to increase like their credit score and stuff, but I just felt like once you start factoring too many things, it just got out of hand. So my main concern was just making sure that I didn't have any late payments, and that I was using what I had, so I wasn't, racking up a higher credit card bill than the money that I had taken out or into my account. So it's just, you got to pick which one's more important if you don't have a technique that works well for you, factoring in all of those things. So it was just too much for me. So this is what I do. I am curious to see what you guys do regarding credit cards. I know a lot of us try to utilize all of the rewards that we get with it, but sometimes, like I said, it gets too much and then it gets out of hand. Like you think you're spending $100 and then your credit card bill is like $300 at the end of the month. So if you guys have got any tips that has worked for you guys, feel free to leave them in the comments, so I can try some new things, and just to see how everybody else's budgeting journey has evolved and what they did to make this work for them. So trash has now got 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 66. And this trash bill is quarterly, but it's never the same anymore because things are just constantly changing. It goes up usually yearly, but it's been going up a lot more frequently lately with all of the prices they have to factor in. So I might look into changing trash companies in the future, but we'll see when December comes what the bill is. Annual payments is going to get $10. And it's got 50, 100, 120, 140, 150, 160. And I haven't seen my Southwest Card's annual fee get posted yet, so once that happens, I will take $100 out of here to pay for it. It usually gets posted every October, but I haven't seen my points get posted either, so hopefully that will happen soon so I can pay it and get it out of the way. Parents' insurance is going to get $100, and now it's got $200. Car payment is going to get $250. It's got $1,000 in the bank already as a reserve. So now it's got $100, $200, $300, $350, $400, $450, $500. The two bills that get taken out of my checking account are my parents' insurance and my water bill. And the reason why the water bill gets taken out is because I did not want to pay like the what was it, like the 1.5 or 2.5% fee to use my credit card. I will spend money on food and a lot of other like knickknacks that I don't need, but when it comes to paying a fee to pay my bill, like I am completely against it. Like I will go out of my way to pay it a different way so that I'm not charged the fee. So I'm not sure if anybody else is like that, but I just think it's ridiculous. Like I know all of that stuff costs money to like swipe a card and all of that, but I'm trying to pay my bill. I don't want to have to pay. I don't want, what am I trying to say? I don't want to have to pay extra to have to pay a bill. Anyways, moving on to my moving out binder. Apartment is going to get $20. It's got 1,500 in the bank, 600, 700, 720, 40, 60, 80, 800, 820. And I am going to put 520s back and grab a $100 bill. My voice is slowly giving out again. It does this every video. Deposit is not getting anything, and it's got 500 in the bank. Rent is going to get $20. It's got 500 in the bank, 600, 700, 720, 740, 760. Utilities isn't getting anything, and it's got 300 in the bank. Groceries is going to get $20. And now it's got 100, 200, 300, 400, 420, 40, 60, 80, 500. I'm going to exchange that for a $100 bill. And my goal for this is $500, so we have met that. So I am going to do a video where I switch out some of this stuff for a placeholder and then take the money back to the bank. But yes, one more category, complete. Household has got 300 in the bank, and that was our goal there, so it's not getting anything. Miscellaneous is going to get $10, and I plan on using this for renter's insurance. And now it's got 100, 150, 200, 220, 230, 240, 250. And I'm going to exchange this for a $50 bill. Emergency fund will get $10. Now it's got 100, 200, 220, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280. Car maintenance. I made a new car maintenance envelope. I didn't really think about moving anything around in my other binders when I made new cash envelopes, but yes, I do agree that it does not really belong in here, but I had already bought this, so I left it in there. I think in one of my first videos I mentioned I didn't know what I was thinking when I made these categories for this binder, but I did make a new one to go into my personal binder so that it will flow a lot better. So yes, I'm gonna put this to the side and switch the money over, but it is going to get $10, but I will do that once we get to it. 1 month is going to get $10. I love these envelopes too. They look so great. She did such a great job. So it kind of pains me to move it over, but it's all right. So now 1 month has got 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 90, 200. And that is it for this binder. My personal, I did make some new cash envelopes. I filmed a video of me switching them out. I did get it Crooked Joy machine, so I was messing around with different designs and trying to get the hang of the vinyl down. Transferring the vinyl is what I've been struggling with the most. It has been the most time consuming, but everything else seemed to be going pretty well other than the transferring part, which is the most important part. So I really need to get that figured out. Personal is going to get $50. And now it's got 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. And I did use some money or I used quite a bit actually. I bought some stuff from Old Navy and on Prime Day. Travel is going to get $20. And now it's got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 520, 40, 60, 80, 600, 620, 40, 60, 80, 700, 720. Beauty will get $20, and I used everything in here for my hair appointment, so it's got this $20. I switched the category from hair to beauty because I do plan on going to a darker hair color, so hopefully by the end of next year I will fully transition over to my natural hair color or a darker one. And so I won't be processing and bleaching my hair as much, so hopefully my hair appointments will cost less when I go. Coffee is going to get $10. And now it's got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 550, 570, 590, 610, 620, 630, 640, 650, 660. And the espresso machine I wanted did go on sale on Prime Day, but it is for my new apartment. And so I didn't buy it because I didn't want it sitting in the box for like a year or so. And so hopefully it will go on sale again next year. I'll just have to keep looking and keeping track of the prices. And the reason why this is in here is because when I originally made this envelope, it was to buy coffee pods for my Nespresso machine, but I was finding pretty good deals on them on Amazon. So I just kept piling up. I kept adding $10 to this every week or so. And then it got pretty high, and I thought another way to make use of the envelope was to put it towards like an espresso machine that I've always wanted once I move out. So it just stayed in here, and I do like it in here because I think even if I didn't move out, I would eventually get this espresso machine at some point. So Vietnam is going to get actually it's getting $40. 20, 40, and I just gave my mom $300 to send to my uncle to get some food. Water levels are getting high because it's getting into rainy season apparently. So they are going to go stock up on some rice and all of dry goods to get them through. So now it's got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. I've got an uncle on my dad's side and an aunt on my mom's side. Both of them are the oldest sibling. So those are the two that I usually send most of my money to so that they can stock up on foods and all of that stuff. And they do have kids that help support them, but they just don't live. My family is like from like this little village that's surrounded by water. So in order for their kids to find work, they have to go out into like a major city to find better work. So they're not always around to send money, and they've got kids and all of that stuff as well too to take care of. So I try to do what I can to help them out. Gifts is going to get $20, and now it's got 20, 40, 50. My dad's birthday is next. It's at the end of November, so I'll get him something. Health is going to get $20. It's got 50, 100, 50, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420. So this is adding up nicely. Future will get $20. And now it's got 50, 100, 50, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 200, or 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, $380. Once I get to 500, I'll put a pause on this and start saving for my cousin's wedding. Car maintenance. I can move this money over, and car maintenance will get $10 today. And now it's got 100, 150, 170, 190, 200, 210, 20, 30, 40, $240. Wedding is not going to get anything. I just made this because I do plan on adding to this once Future hits 500, so I didn't want to revisit. I wanted to try to make everything at one time. Roll over. I've got some miscellaneous and gas money left. I do need to pump gas, but I feel like I'm using more gas, like I'm going more places, but my little gas meter thing isn't going down. So I'm getting kind of weary about that. I know that's a good thing, but I don't think it's broken, but it's kind of making me a bit paranoid. So I did not pump this week, but I do plan on pumping next week. And so rollover, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I am going to put $20 in this envelope. And now this has got 50, 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420, 440, 450, 460, 470. So this should really help with gas once I start taking my brother to his day program in the city. I did contact them. Hopefully we can get something set up next week for him to do his onboarding, and then he can become full-time is what I am aiming for, which is 5 days a week. And I believe I will be picking him up every day and then taking him every Monday and Fridays. I'm not sure about that. My dad is available to take him every morning before work, but he does so much for him, like waking him up and getting him ready for the day and cooking him breakfast. So I'm trying to ease some of that burden, and I will be changing my work hours so that I can get off in time to pick him up from the program. Lastly, we are going to get into my savings challenges. My envelope, myself, my brother, my mom, and my dad were each going to get $10. And now we each have 100, 200, 300, 320, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 390. And my goal now is $500 by Lunar New Year's, so I can give them a red envelope with that in it. I'm not sure what my parents plan on doing with this money. But my mom likes to shop. My mom really likes to spend money, so I get it from her. A new phone is going to get $10. And now it's got 100, 150, 200, 220, 30, 40, 50. $250. I love this font and this yellow. It's so happy. Savings challenge. We're going to put $20 in here. And now it's got 100, 120, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 230. We're getting closer and closer to finishing this. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this money for quite yet. Challenge. This is my shopping challenge. So it's going to get $10. And now it's got 50, 100, 120, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, $180. I am going to come back to this one. We're not doing a mini challenge. I did put a tracker in here, so whenever we finish one of these other challenges, I'll get started on that one. And my steps challenge, I talked a little bit about this in my last video where I changed out my envelopes. this is not meant to be a challenge that produces a lot of money, but I did go to the doctors and I feel a bit unhealthy and I'm not quite happy with my weight. I'm not trying to base everything off of my weight, but it did kind of bring me down after the appointment. And I just don't move around as much as I would like. I do have an office job where I'm sitting around in front of the computer most of the time. I do field work, but it's not as often. I think I go out maybe once every 1 or 2 weeks, so I don't really get a lot of steps in. And so my goal is to try to do 10,000 steps every day. I have not, I posted this video on Friday and I have not met 10,000 goals yet. On Friday, I did not have my Apple Watch on all day, but I didn't really attempt that day. And then yesterday, I did do a lot of errands, but I just didn't register that many steps. So I do need to go on walks and go on the treadmill. But for every day that I do hit 10,000 steps, I am going to put $1 in for reaching that goal. And I will post, this will be my first week starting it. So my next video, I will post how many days I did meet this goal. And so I made this tracker for it. It is to help try to hold me accountable and to motivate me into moving around more and being just a little bit more active. And hopefully by the time I get 10,000 steps figured out, I can move on to like 15,000 steps or move on to doing like more heavy workouts and stuff. But I'm just not a gym person. I don't like the gym. I don't really like to sweat and stuff, but I do like to walk. Not like an excessive amount, but enough to keep me healthy. Christmas is going to get $40, 20, 40, and now it's got 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 620, 40, 60, 80, 700. Yeah. 720, 40, 60, 80, 800, 820, 40, 60, 80, $880. So we're almost done with this. I've got a couple of gifts ideas that I got from my cousin's kids. They told me what they wanted, so hopefully I am going to try to find that. My middle niece, she is into clay right now, so I was going to get some stuff early, but I wasn't sure like how good it would be for that clay to sit around like until Christmas time. So if you guys know anything about like clay stuff or any recommendations on where I can find some of that for kids so they can do like a little at-home pottery deal, that would be awesome. But at least I have one gift idea out of the way. My other niece, she likes like oversized sweaters, so we're hitting that season, so hopefully that should be easy to find. Then my nephew, he's just bad and crazy, so I don't know what to get him. I feel like anything you get him turns into like a weapon of some sort where he's throwing it at you or he's trying to jump off of something with it. So who knows with that kid. I have to see what he's been into. Last year it was Baby Yoda, so we'll see what this year is. Birthday challenge is going to get this $25, and this just gets rollover money put into it. And so with 25, I will mark off one of these bonuses. I'm gonna put this 2 tens back and grab this 20. And I'm actually going to, I'm taking money to the bank. So I'll put this 5 ones back and grab this 5, and also these 2 tens with a 20. Okay. So now I've got a total of $45. This is actually coming along a lot quicker than I thought it would. Sweet Treats is going to get $10 today. And now it's got 50, 70, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50. Luxury will get $20. 10, 20. So now it's got 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I will put these 4 tens back here and grab 2 20s. I'm also not sure what to do with this money. My parents, I just paid for my brother's citizenship with my savings, so his application, and my parents are also planning on doing their application for that as well too, but through a lawyer because they've got some stuff that I couldn't quite figure out. So I might use some of this money to pay off like that lawyer or whatever that person is called. I believe it's a lawyer that's doing the paperwork. Or like social worker or so. I'm pretty sure it's a lawyer with legal stuff, but I might give this to them to help pay off that cost to have somebody do the paperwork for them. So yeah, that is it for this binder. Actually, I got to revisit that at the end, but we're gonna stuff my spending envelopes for the week, my cash envelopes. So miscellaneous will get 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This video is getting pretty long, so I apologize, you guys. I'm rambling so much. Gas will get 40. So 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Grab 10s for those. Food will get 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Spending will also get 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And fun will get $10, and I normally use this money for coffee. And that is it for my weekly spending. And now we've got $5, $6, $7 that is going to go into my 100 envelope challenge. But in my last video, I said I made this envelope for that, so that I will just stuff this at the end of the month. That way I can try to get some bigger numbers out of the way. So yeah, that is it for today's stuffing. If you guys have made it to the end, I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so and giving this video a thumbs up. Until next time, bye.